we're going to cross that bridge. And it's a bridge of strength through peace, which understands that only through leaders meeting leaders, eye to eye, heart to heart, in open dialogue, only through pursuing the science of human relations, where we open up ourselves to discuss and communicate with each other, can we hope to achieve a society where people can live together in peace. We must turn on its head that neoconservative thinking that says that preemption, unilateralism, and first strike are somehow legitimate tools of statecraft. We must reject war as an instrument of policy and say that America is devoted to peace and human relations and working with the nations of the world. It's time that we had leaders who said that and who stood for it. So what would such an administration look like? It would begin with opening up dialogue with Syria and Iran, taking that sword of war and putting it back in its scabbard. At this very moment, as we meet under this gorgeous sky, not a cloud in the sky, yet in our nation's capital, war clouds are gathering. While people in Iran gather under a clear sky, war clouds are gathering in Washington, D.C. Our leaders are talking about a war against Iran. Iran does not have weapons of mass destruction, has no intention of attacking the United States, nor a capability of doing so. Iran had certainly nothing to do with 9/11. As a matter of fact, 1 million people were marching in a candlelight procession in Iran after 9/11. And yet now our leaders are determining they're going to attack Iran. It is time, not only for ourselves, but for the United States Congress to do its job and stand up to this president's aggression. It is time for the Congress to say no more funds to the war in Iraq.
Yeah, that's right.
It is time for the Congress to say you shall not attack Iran, Mr. President. No. It is time for the Congress to say, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President, you have lied to take us into a war. You should be held accountable under the Constitution of the United States. It is time for an impeachment proceeding. It is time for us to reclaim the Constitution of the United States. Here's a copy of it. This Constitution was written not just for those of a few hundred years ago. It was written to keep present day committed to democratic principles. And when a vice president lied to take us into war against Iraq, when he is lying to put us on a path to war against Iran, when the President of the United States 3 days ago invoked the specter of World War III in talking about Iran, I tell you that we have an obligation to save our nation, and Congress has a responsibility to hold these men accountable. This is not who we are as a nation. We're not aggressors. We must stop this. We must insist we reclaim our Constitution, and we must insist that the Congress of the United States stand up for the American people, stand up for the Constitution, stand up for peace and justice. I'm running for President of the United States not simply as the candidate of a party, but as the candidate of the American people who will tell the truth when things are going on, who won't cut corners about what's actually happening. Let the people know. It's said that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. The only way that America can be free of the fear that envelops this nation today, the only way that we can break the shackles of fear which binds so many of our citizens, is to have leaders who are fearless in telling the truth and who can call forth from the American people the sentiments of courage which sleep in the hearts of so many. There is a path to doing this. Francis Scott Key, when he wrote the Star-Spangled Banner, posed a question. Today it might seem as a riddle, but I would like to recall it at this moment because we hear it so much without thinking about it. But I would ask that you would think about it for a moment. He posed a question. Does that Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, the home of the brave? He made the connection between freedom and bravery, between democracy and courage. Let us call forth from the people of this country and from each other courage. Courage, America, to reclaim our democracy. Courage, America, to reclaim our Constitution. Courage, America, to reclaim freedom. Courage to reclaim human unity. Courage to reclaim peace. Courage to reclaim the health of our people. Courage to reclaim the education of our people. Courage to reclaim our jobs. Courage to reclaim our pension security. Courage to reclaim our civil rights. Courage to reclaim our sense of citizenship. Courage, America!